Hello, Dr. Rollins. This is McKay Scanlon, and this is my week 4 assignment. This is my presentation on using Pear Deck. So this would be for my students. First, let's just roll right into this. We want to open up your Google Drive, and we will select New, and we will go down to Google Slides. Let that open up. So here we have found out we got our new Google slide. We have templates over here that we can use. I found this one. This is the template I used for my robotics and 3D modeling. So I'm going to use this background. So first thing we want to do is we want to search up here on this bar, and we want to click add-ons. And you can see on add-ons it has Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on. So let's go ahead and click that. We're going to open that up. And while that's opening up, there we go. Now we have an interactive Google slide presentation now using Pear Deck. Now one thing I want to add on this, if you have not already installed Pear Deck, you won't have it in your add-ons. So the first thing you want to do is you'll want to go to Pear Deck. So I'll just show you how to give you an example. And it has its own website, and you'll want to install this, okay? And just click on Get Started, and it'll have you log in here. Now here you have a teacher login, but you'll have a student login as well, and so you can just add on to Pear Deck. So go ahead and complete that task. Now, using this sidebar here, we'll be using this to create our lesson. And we'll be able to use this as an interactive tool on top of our Google Slides to make a complete lesson here. So what I've decided to do here was go ahead and open up my robotics curriculum and training. And I'm going to, this is actually a copy of mine, but I'm using this one as my presentation. So we're going to go ahead and open up the add-ons here. We're going to use Pear Deck, open up Pear Deck. And we are going to start using this these tools in here to create a lesson. Now say we want to ask students questions. Well, we can use this interactive what do you want to call it? This interactive tool over on the right-hand side to enter different choices we have for questions. Let's just do that. How to create a program. And now we're going to update the slide. And now, so your multiple choice questions will end up down here. Now you don't want to delete this area. That'll take away the interactiveness. So, but down here you'll have, if you want to create, and if you want to create more or update those questions, you can always go back to this and ask students more questions. How does this relate to you? All right. And then if you want to add questions, we can just sit there and add them, or we can delete how many we have, and then just update our slide. Another item that I like on this is the interactiveness of using, where students can use draggables, or they can pin. Oh, this is telling me it's a premium slide, and I don't have premium. But what students can do is they can use, you can put, say, an interactive map or a map up here, and then you can use these draggable pins, and you can ask a question, say, where did you travel this summer? And students are able to use these draggable pins and place them on here, and they have different choices for colors and shapes for them to use. So it's very interactive with students if they, during the lesson, and they can just follow along and answer these questions on their device itself. What part I want to go over on this is the template library. Now, this can be used, you can do, they're pre-made slides where you can enter in. So let's try to enter in here a slide. My presentation is pretty long. Let me add another slide here. Okay. What we got here? Insert. There's slide. Where's it? Any slide? Try my control M. Oh, there we go. All right. So let's do this. Let's add something in here. I'm going to pause this while it's doing this. All right, well, that loaded up for us. So one of these, I was able to use a template over here, and I was able to create it into my existing presentation. And here again, students are able to be interactive with this and write what they would like. Let's go ahead and try another one if we can do this live. It didn't like that one. So here we got the drawing, and let's see if this loads up in any time. There it goes. Now students are able to be interactive with this and use their own tools to go ahead and draw on their computers statements that they already know about, like a KWL chart. So there's a lot of already pre-done slides here that teachers can use to create their presentations. So now that we have our presentation all set up, what we're going to do next so that it can be interactive and having students join in on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the lesson. So what it's going to do, it's going to ask me to complete my free account. All right, now that I've completed my Pear Deck registration. So here we have, they're going to go to joinpd.com and they're going to enter this code, pretty much like a Google Classroom code. And once they enter that in, they'll be switched over to being in your presentation, and they'll be able to see your Google Slides presentation and interact with it. So we now have our presentation with our class code, and I'm going to just kind of go to the slides that we created there. And here I can show the responses, have a new prompt if I want to, if I decide to show another prompt up there. It's very interactive, and like I said, students are able to click on here and interact with the teacher during the lesson. There's one item here I didn't share that I want to share, and there is a student paste button so that students can work on this without any kind of time frame. So I'm going to actually click that stop. So we're just doing presenting here. So I found this to be a really good app for creating lessons for all subject matter, and how my students can interact with their, with me through the lesson on using technology. I think it's something that I definitely have to use for a while, and not something I can probably master in just a few days. So this is something that I plan on using with my students next semester. And that will complete my presentation. Thank you very much for watching.